The Great Barrier Reef is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and is the only living organism that can be seen from space. A World Heritage listed area, the reef stretches more than 2,000 kilometres along the coast of far northeastern Australia. Made up of billions of tiny organisms, almost all of the world's 400 known types of coral and 1,500 species of fish live here. The Great Barrier Reef is composed of more than 3,000 individual reefs and 900 islands. Coral reefs are ancient habitats. Successive ice ages lowered the sea level, and after each, the coral re-established itself. It's a spectacular sight that attracts overseas visitors and contributes to the nearly €3 billion a year that Australia makes from ecotourism. It gives national conservation efforts added impetus. In 2001, fishing was banned on a third of the 34 million hectare marine park. More marine sanctuaries mean more fish and varieties of marine life. Agincourt Reef is just one of nearly 3,000 that make up the huge expanse of the Great Barrier Reef. Concentrating tourism in this area, and others like it, means that most of the reef remains undisturbed. Every year, tens of thousands of visitors come to the area.
By coming out on a tourist vessel such as this one, it's probably the only way a lot of these people are actually ever going to see the reef. So by coming out here, we hope that we can give them a great experience, educate them somewhat as to what the reef is, what it's all about, how it works. And through that education, hopefully comes some understanding. And through the understanding comes the desire to protect it and look after it.
Preserving the reef is not just of benefit to tourists. Scientists are discovering a new source of potential medical breakthroughs. One example is the deadly marine snail, the cone shell. Scientists believe its deadly venom could be the source of a new family of powerful pain-relieving drugs that could rival morphine.
We have to be careful, of course, and so in collecting these we wear thick gloves, usually just gardening gloves, and we carry a pair of barbecue tongs, all basic equipment, and we put them into a hard plastic box, like a lunch box.
But as with many areas of the planet, pollution is a growing threat. Some of the damage to the reef is blamed on fishing and some on land-based erosion, such as soil swept down rivers from farms after heavy rain. Despite conservation efforts, the crown-of-thorns starfish has grown to plague proportions. A single starfish can consume up to 6 square metres of reef in a year. Some 20 million crown-of-thorns have been destroyed in eradication programs in the Indo-Pacific region over the last 20 years. But as fears of global warming continue, crown-of-thorn numbers have multiplied.
And they haven't been there in numbers for some considerable time. And there's some very critically important corals in the Whitsunday area that are under threat.
In the past decade, conservation events have been better coordinated. The Australian government has implemented a program to help manage the massive job of running one of the largest marine parks in the world.
There's lots of other things that need to happen for the protection of the reef. And you're probably aware of the issues of water quality and the unsustainable fishing type practices. All those are being addressed through other means. So the Representative Areas program is obviously a very important part of it, but it's certainly not the only step that we're doing or need to do.